What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today we're reviewing Luca. This film came out today and was directed by Enrico Casarosa and stars Jacob Tremblay and Jack Dylan Grazer. Now before we start, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you can get notified for the video. Let's start talking about the good. So all the actors and actors in this film, I thought they're all fantastic. All the characters in this film, very well done. You have Luca, who is the lead character. You also have Alberto. He is very good in this film. Those two characters are the lead characters in this film, and they're very interesting characters. Of course, you've seen the trailer, you know all about the sea monster stuff, but those two characters are very well done in this film. The opening sequence. Now, the opening sequence for this film, I thought it was great. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but I thought it was a great opening sequence and sort of sets the tone for this entire film. The animation. Now, of course, this is a Pixar film, so the animation is going to be top tier, but this film looks different than other Pixar films. Now, the underwater sequences look very different from Finding Nemo's underwater sequences. So, Enrico Casarosa does a great job putting his style in this film, and especially with those underwater sequences that look nothing like Finding Nemo. But just in general, this does look different from previous Pixar films like Soul and Toy Story. This film looks very different. The transformation sequences. Now, of course, the sea monster transformation sequences, I thought they were fantastic. The way the director animated those sequences and how he sort of created them for this film, very well done. Very, very well done. The transformation sequences are fantastic. The references. Now, they're references to Finding Nemo, and I thought it was great. It was a great little reference to the classic Finding Nemo. But I thought it fit the film because this is sort of a sea monster film having to do with the water, the ocean. So, of course, there was going to be a reference to Finding Nemo. The score. Now, the score I thought was very well done. You have those Italian songs. You have the Italian themes in this film. And I thought the score does a great job with showing the emotions of the characters, especially in that third act of the film, where things start to get tense and sort of sad. The score is fantastic. Luca and Alberto, their friendship was great. I thought this film captured their friendship perfectly. Sort of like, well, not like Woody and Buzz, but they are very good friends in this film, and things happen to those characters that sort of cause them to drift apart. But this film does a great job with capturing the friendship of Luca and Alberto. There are a lot of hilarious sequences in this film. Of course, this is a Pixar film. I'm pretty sure every single Pixar film has at least one or two hilarious sequences in there. But Pixar knows how to put those sequences in here so that the jokes can be understood by adults and children. And I thought it was fantastic. The themes in this film, fantastic, just like every other Pixar film. But this film is sort of leaning really heavily towards kids. Whereas, Toy Story 4 was for children and adults. This film is mainly for kids, but there are themes in this film that resonate with adults as well. The emotional sequences in this film. Now, there are only a couple. They're not that many. This film is very lighthearted. The emotional sequences are in the third act of the film, but it's not like Toy Story 4, how that film had a whole bunch of emotional sequences, and that third act of the film was just completely full of emotion. This one is not like that. The third act of the film is fun, it's entertaining, and the emotional sequences happen all the way at the end. So if you're looking for a film that will make you cry just like most Pixar films, you're not going to get that with this film because I did not cry. This is not a sad film. So if you're looking for a Pixar film that is packed with emotion, you're not going to get that in this film. The ending sequence. Now, the ending sequence, I thought it was great. It fit the film perfectly. It was a great little nice ending. And what I like about Pixar films is that their endings don't set anything up. The endings are not trying to set up more sequels just to make more money. Well, this film went straight to Disney Plus, but making more money, they make their films perfect. Their ending sequence are great. Every Pixar film has pretty much a closing sequence that closes out the entire film and doesn't try to set up a sequel. And this is what Luca did. Luca does not try to set up any sequels. The ending sequence closes out the film and closes out the story perfectly. That's all the good that I have. Now let's move on to the bad. So this film, like I said, is very unique. The only problem is that it's not Pixar style. And what I mean by that is in terms of storytelling and the villain. Now, storytelling, this film is very different from basically every Pixar film because this film doesn't really have a villain. I guess you can say humans are villains to the sea monsters, but it's not really explored that much in this film. So you don't really get um, a villain in this film. I thought they should have had a villain for this film. I really liked the Pixar films with the villains, classic villains, Emperor Zurg and all of that. And this film doesn't have a villain. Now, it's not taking away anything from the film, but it it sort of needs that sort of villain because it sets up characters that are basically antagonists to our protagonist Luca and to Luca and Alberto, but it doesn't really have that villain for the film. So I thought they could have had a villain. They should have had a villain, but it was fine. Um, and the storytelling, the way they told the story, I thought it was, while it was unique, I did not really like the way they told the story for this film. Previous Pixar films like Toy Story and all of that stuff, they tell their story in a way that's entertaining and unique. This film, while it is unique and entertaining, the storytelling is very, very different. It's not your typical Pixar storytelling. It's just a very different film. And while some parts of the storytelling was entertaining and was good, some of it did not land completely for me. That's about it. Luca is a great animated film. It's very fun and rewatchable, and I highly recommend it if you're a Pixar fan. And I'm gonna give Luca a B plus. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and post notification bell so you can know if I create a video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.